what was the biggest move of the day, where you look at that deal and you say, okay, that took that team from here and they now are here?
You gotta say Miami.
Why do you say Miami?
Oladipo got acquired for very little.
Very little.
And that team is a team who we know what they did last year, but right now they need a spark.
And they're finally kind of, and it was in the last some odd games, they've been finally.
They didn't give up any big pieces, which is the big thing.
They
weren't
going to
give up
any
Hero.
big pieces, and they needed another piece to get to the next level.
Yeah.
Like getting to the finals in the bubble year the first time was cool, but it was still kind of had some fluky feel to it.
Yeah.
Adding a piece like Depot changes that. So now,
And they may get LaMarcus too. Because LaMarcus Aldridge just got
They're
one.
saying they are the favorites to get him on the buyout.
I think they should let that go.
No, I'm with you, but I'm saying they probably would just had
That's
a
another
Nesbitt
story.
picking up.
LaMarcus, that boy, he always think he Tim Duncan still.
Yeah.
I'm like, come on, bro. Maybe 8 years ago you could have. You know
I'm
what
with
saying?
you.
But as far, I think Oladipo getting added to the Miami Heat was probably the biggest move.
I mean, what is Oladipo's role in that team as a slasher? I mean, obviously Heroes and Robinson
he's
are
a
the 3-point
defender, too.
specialists.
True.
Yeah.
I think the only issue I have, to me that between them and maybe what the Blazers got, from Norm Powell, maybe the Nuggets with Aaron Gordon for by need purposes. I think those are probably the three biggest that'll have the most impact. I think. The only issue with Oladipo is I think now he's finally at a point where he is somewhat more healthy than what he was. I mean, that quad injury a couple years ago was
He was
one of
banged
the
up for a
toughest.
long time.
Yeah. So I think for this type of team, which will be nice, he doesn't even have to be. They don't got to be the number one every night, even most nights. Don't got to be the number two. Just as a nice role, complimentary, can play,
16, 18 a game.
Yeah, I would say about 18, 20 minutes a game even. And you're getting a lot from him. Because like to Lee's point, he still can play defense and get down in defensive stance.
And he
can
played the passing lanes well.
Yeah.
I like the
And he's
Miami.
another ball
yeah.
handler for Miami too.
I like the Miami move. The Clippers deal intrigues me because they get a point guard in Rondo
Yeah,
who
Pat Bev just be running around.
older. But I honestly think that since the bubble, when Lou went to the strip club, and
He's gonna be there every night now.
and listen, for whatever happened, whatever reason, Lou said I was dealing with a family member's death. I completely get that, but I don't think either him or Montrez ever fit back into that team after all that happened. It showed they weren't locked in. If you're gonna go, but you got to be all in a situation like that where it's basketball or nothing. And Lou clearly was not fully invested, and so they get rid of him. And listen, Rondo's older, but at the same time, did they need a facilitator to put everyone in point A, point B, and point C? Because last year, obviously, they couldn't do it.
Yeah,
Because Kawhi can't do that.
Oh. No Kawhi fans on this podcast.
I know you.
No Kawhi stands.
I step up for Kawhi. I understand, but I step up for him. Don't do that. We're not going to disrespect him like that.
Now, granted, he's a great player. We just know
Kawhi got
that.
mob ties and sack. We're not doing that.
He do. And I need lead things over there too.
We know hella people that love that dude.
You know who that go through.
Now, and granted, that's why I've always had respect for Kawhi. But we all know, chemistry-wise and to galvanize troops, that's not his specialty.
And it's not a playoff piece.
And it's definitely not playoff piece because they don't respect him.
Well,
they said last time they don't respect him, and he's not a facilitator or a playmaker. Now I think that's where. Why else would they have been one Rondo? Why else have they been trying to replace Pat Bev and get him to the bench?
It's not enough.
No,
Now,
I don't think it'll be enough
you're
either. Not to win the title.
So if you're a Laker fan today, you
They're
see
not
that
getting past the
move,
Jazz.
you're not worried.
No, that's not enough.
Nah, I mean, because I still like Schroeder in that position.
Rondo would
I mean,
have to be better than he was last year in the bubble.
Facts.
Because now, yes, you're going to come in and you're going to impact the
because he don't
game
do
the way
nothing
you
in the regular season.
But you also need those points that you was given because Lou not there to give them. So it's not like
that's true.
Lou Will hasn't been in his bag. He's been looking different. Maybe his age is showing now. But you still, those buckets, whether Lou gave them to you or not, you still need them from somewhere.
Because PG may not give them to you.
PG not going to give them to you.
Well, that's the thing with Lou is
But I like the Rondo pick. I do like it.
He could have gone. Lou is the type of scorer where he can go off at any time.
Yeah, of course. Especially in the playoffs.
Yeah.
What do you think?
It's not enough. Like, I'm sorry. Like, you got to show that. What that move don't mean nothing to me.
People got them winning it all now. I mean, I was hearing it earlier. Fans was like,
I haven't been on Twitter at all. I've been at work all day, so I don't know.
You got to show me something in the playoffs, bro. You still got to show me something. You still let a team come back from 3-1 last playoff run.
Paul George got to show up.
Paul George got to show me something. Kawhi got to show me something. That whole roster. What has Serge Ibaka been doing since he been there? I ain't heard nothing about him.
Yeah, Serge has been.
I forgot they had Brad.
I didn't even know. I forgot he was on the team for a little bit, man.
Him and Nick
Oh, they got
Batum.
him?
They got Nick Batum as well.
Batum was actually hooping when he performed.
He was. And in the last
So,
10, 15 games,
What did they need that they didn't get?
buckets from the bench.
Honestly, they have
Yeah,
no bench help.
Because they
They
needed
don't have the bench.
Lou to be Lou, and he wasn't being Lou.
They don't have any bench help.
and
Like,
they didn't
I
need
mean,
a
that was-
point guard so
I mean,
they could put Pat Bev. So,
Yeah.
but Rondo's not. The problem with Rondo, the reason why he was also successful for the Lakers last year too, is because he didn't have to play that many minutes
Or many games.
Because remember in the regular season he was either hurt because
He
he
was
always
chilling.
hurts his fucking hands
Every
My
year.
fault. Because he always hurts his hands.
It's okay.
My bad. And then on top of that, it's one of those things. Yeah, every year, and then he only ended up playing like 30, 35 games last year. So then you get to the bubble, you get that break as well.
They got hurt in the bubble.
Yeah.
And they got hurt in the
he just
bubble.
came back ready.
I mean,
Came
He
back ready
played
for
like
the last
10
couple
good
series. Yeah.
I mean, that move was cool. The Eric Gordon move was I like the Eric Gordon move just for need purposes. I really like the Vucevic move.
He's a worse
I
Jeremy
like the
Grant.
Vucevic,
That's
I like
the
the
only
Vucevic
problem.
move a lot though. To
Oh, no,
Chicago.
for the Bulls? Oh, yeah.
Because Zach LaVine been showing the last couple seasons. He's more than a dunk contest champion. He can do more than dunk. He's more
he
than
can
that.
do more.
He showed me that rookie year. I've been telling people about Zach.
Yeah. Zach go.
He's showing the people that didn't know he's a complete basketball player. And now that he has another scorer there, somebody that can shoot the ball, give him some help. I like that move for them. Obviously, it's not going to mean nothing in the immediate because they still need to build that roster.
But they know
up.
they needed to
But
give him that.
as far as giving Zach LaVine some help, I really like that move for Zach LaVine and the Bulls.
For sure.
And then there's the other side of it where it's Houston. They basically
They still got a team?
still got a team. Still going. They're still playing.
What's going on in Houston? Football,
So they-
basketball? Oh, my God.
Yeah, we're not done with Houston on this
know.
this
I
episode.
know.
We're not done with Houston. But they basically get 20 games from Oladipo and they ship him off. And
Yeah, I knew
the
that thing wasn't gonna work.
The package they could have got for Harden, compared to what they ended up getting, I mean, Oladipo was basically a damn rental for 20 games.
Yeah.
Can we talk about the fact that the Thunder have 24 draft picks?
34, they said.
34.
17 first round, 17.
17 first round, 17
They
second
looking
round.
like Danny Ainge, though. And you see how Danny Ainge dropped the ball.
That was my I was going to get to that. That was my sleeper move of the day was Danny Ainge.
Danny Ainge. Now, granted, I do
You think
like.
Fournier was a big move?
I thought it was a sleeper good move.
Oh, no. That was a cool move.
Celtics-
I'm just saying for picks wise, I like Sam Presti, and I've
Sam
always
Presti
respected
shows he's a good GM.
Danny Ainge in a lot of picks. It's just sometimes when you have 100 of those picks in basketball, it's kind of like,
Well, the Celtics are hovering above around 500 right now.
yeah, they 21
And for some
23.
reason, they just can't seem to get it together. So maybe
much on
I think
Jason
it's a
and
situation
Jalen.
where they're trying to keep those picks now because you don't know what's going to happen with this core going forward.
I like the Fournier pick. The only problem, they need more toughness and more big men down there. So what happens is T obviously didn't do what he was supposed to do.
He was on their team?
He's weak now. Now Fournier's a
I didn't
good
even know he was on
shooter.
there.
Is that what they needed to get them over the top? I do think that helps because Kemba is not really Kemba anymore. But it
It's hurting them.
obviously is too much pressure.
They might have been better with Terry.
That's what I'm saying. It's almost
Scary
too much
Terry.
on Jason and Jalen right now because you got 40, 45, almost 50 points a night.
Yeah.
But where is are you they hadn't really replaced any Gordon Hayward, even though it was minimal. They didn't replace any of his production because
Yeah.
Kemba's not doing it.
That's
and
the
Marcus
thing.
Smart has been hurt. And Tristan
Yeah.
Thompson is not that. And Jeff T is not that.
That.
They just traded Daniel Tyson for Mo Wagner.
Yeah.
I mean, so that should tell you something how they felt about Daniel Tice. You know what I mean?
Wagner?
That's what I'm saying. So the Celtics, I just
Michigan's
think
finest, baby. Michigan's finest now.
they don't know what they're kind of
Hardware.
where their team is going. I just don't think they really know,
man.
where their team is going because the rest of that bench is horrible.
I feel you. Well, we're going to wait and see. That's the great thing about the NBA season is that there's always another twist